Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the Dice Tower as we play through live stuff. And I'm already going to move something here. I had hoped that I wouldn't have to move anything, but I'm going to move this over here. Alright, so I'm playing through Role Player Adventures, just for the fun of it. Now, I've already been playing this with my kids, and I have our saved game over there. So hopefully that won't mess things up too badly. So now I'm going to replay it. I decided it'd be fun to replay it. Deliberately making some decisions I did not make with my kids, although I'll let you all join in and make some decisions. But note here, it says spoilers. All right? So you will be spoiled on some things in this. It shows how the game works. I'm going to play from the beginning, and I'm going to play till I decide to stop playing. And we'll see how long that takes. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get that far. This is not a marathon of sorts. But, yeah. So that's basically, there's 10 chapters in this game. We're definitely going to play through Chapter 1. But Chapter 1 is the tutorial for the game anyway. So I picked my character based on looks alone. This guy, some sort of lion dude. And so, Prath Beacon here, He's a Bastia. That's what they call the lions in this. And he's a bard, and you can see his stats there. 020213. Look at that charisma. Woo! So I put that on my board down here. So if you see, this is the board that I've made. It shows you the stats. There's a green spot here. That's why the green screen. And so I put cubes in here for each of the stats that I have. But that's not all, folks. I have some cards that I start with. So, let's see. I have leather gloves. Always good to have leather gloves. I have a runic necklace. That seems useful. I have restore, charm, disguise, and I'm famous, baby. Although I just realized I'm also supposed to take a short sword, and that wasn't in the deck of cards. So I'm assuming that we have somehow picked the short sword up in our adventure. I need to remember to put it back when we're done. But let me look here. Who has the short sword? Short sword, short sword, short sword, short sword, short sword, short sword. Not a short sword, not a short sword. There we go. Short sword. All right. So I got my short sword here. All right. So I think I'm ready. I got my party sheet here. Put the tokens on it, did everything for a one-player game. So you can play through multiple players. And someone said this guy's from TI3, TI4. He does look like he's from that planet there, a space lion. But this is a fantasy world set in role-player universe. So I'm going to be going through, and yeah, it's a cooperative game, playing through this, and we're going to get started here. So hello to all those watching. Once again, spoilers! Alright, so I'm going to find the book here. We're doing Battle at Black Lake. Na 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 na. Alright, so place the adventure map in the middle of the table. I've done it. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I should read this. By the way, here's a nice thing that this game does here. Whenever it comes to a fake word like this one here, it tells you how to pronounce it. Now, it doesn't tell you how to pronounce it ever again, so I'll pronounce it right the first time, though. All right, Role Player Adventures isn't... I'm going to lose my voice during this, by the way, because there's going to be a lot of talking. Role Player Adventures is a narrative-driven cooperative game. You play as soldiers in the King's Guard, tasked with protecting the Kingdom of Nalos. This storybook will walk you through your first game. Please read the rule before you begin playing. Call-out boxes like below will refer to relevant sections or even introduce new rules during play. Great. So, what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to set the board up so there's a map for each scenario. So I put the scenario here. It tells me to put in experience in each of the lettered locations. So A, B, C, and D. I'm going to put bonus play tokens here, so I have one of those. I have a handful of cards I'll put on my hand space. I have my class there. Fill each attribute row to its maximum. Done. Find encounters 1 and 2. That's these tokens. I'm going to shuffle these and randomize them and put 1 here and 1 there. My adventure begins. Alright. The color of that lake is like a dark blue with red in the middle? Who knows? We begin. As a King's Guard soldier in the regiment of Commander Zalek, a dark elf, you have fought a long war. The Dragul, a coalition of northern tribes, invaded Nalos, your homeland. After many battles, you have driven off their hordes, but rumors spread through the camp of a new Dragor plot. One night, you are summoned to Commander Zalek's tent, where you find him arguing over a map with General Grick, an orc. A gold coin marks the southern city of Sebek. A vial of elixir marks a swamp to the west. General Grick raises an eyebrow when you enter. "So you're Zalek's best?" he asks, looking you over skeptically. "We have a special mission for you, but first a question of strategy. Zalek wants to take your regiment south to investigate a threat to the capital," says Grick, pointing to the coin. Then, pointing to the vial, "I think we should push west and capture a powerful Dragor agent in the swamps. What say you?" So we can side with either General Grick, or we can side with Commander Zalek, and we will pick one of those two. So I believe last time I went with Zalek, so I'm going to do General Grick. But from now on, after this point, I'll let y'all decide what we do. You point to the vial of elixir, and General Grick laughs, patting you in the back. "Yes, exactly," he says. Zalek nods. "I'll leave you to it," he says. He collects his coin and exits the tent. So now I'm going to record the keyword Grick, it says here, so under my keywords. And I laminated everything in this game so that we can erase this stuff, but I'm going to write the word Grick there, it says. That's J-R-I-K. "You can keep the vial," the general says to you, rolling up the map. "You'll need it where you're going. Leave now and travel due east until you reach a small enemy encampment. A special operative of King Taran will meet you there." You collect the elixir from the table and drink it down. With a nod, the general sends you forth. We gain an experience. Well, yay for that. So I have 1 experience here. You make haste under a crescent moon, crossing burnt and abandoned farmland into open prairie. At the top of a bluff, you look out over a dark lake to a wooden outpost. Place your party marker at location A. Read entry A. All right, so we go to entry A. So here now we see what happens. So is there no XP at this location? Nope, there is. So I collect the XP. We have 2 XP, folk. Come on now. As you look over the lake, a voice calls from the thicket behind you. "Care to join me?" You turn to discover a friendly halfling roasting apples and hares by his fire. "You look like you could use a meal." You disregard the halfling, and he chuckles, then stands to salute you. "Tarek Nolan, special operative of King Taran, confidant of the immortal night, and bearer of bad news and terrible secrets. Now come, eat and rest, for we have hard work ahead of us." As you eat, Tarek speaks in a hushed voice. "The lake below is dark, for the Dragul filled it with the blood and ashes of their dead." And that would explain the color you asked about earlier. See, they knew. "Our mission is to secure the outpost. The northern shore is guarded by an encampment of goblins, weak but many. Gnolls stand watch to the south. We need to eliminate both camps, so take your pick. You go one way, and I'll go the other. Burn down their camp to signal your progress. I'll do the same." Tarek pulls something from his pack and tosses it to you. "We'll need this at the gate." So now I'm going to find Discovery card 65. So there's a big deck of Discovery cards. 65 is here. And it is a Bluestone Fireball. When you're at a location, you can use the Bluestone Fireball. So now that I've got to the end here, I can use an item or move to another location. So let's say I decide to use this item. I would look up A65. So here we go. To Tarek's alarm, you casually begin to uncork the blue potion. "Not here," he cries, grabbing your hands to stop you. "Any exposure to air and the fireball will explode, which would be very loud and could easily kill us. Let's try to stay very quiet and alive. Save the fireball for the gate." Oh, well, There you go. You probably shouldn't use it here. Sometimes you can have multiple items and you can even combine them together. But we'll keep this here, so I'll leave it here so people can remember that we have it. We have a blue fireball. We can use that anywhere. So now we can use an item or move to another location. We're going to move to another location. So we can move to the goblin camp or we can move to the gnoll camp. But you'll notice that there's tokens. I put a token here and here. Those will be random encounters that we will come across. I mean, not completely random. They're random-ish. They'll be in from this book here. But I will allow you guys to pick. So do I go to the goblins or the gnolls? Gnolls is spelled G-N-O-L-L, goblin, G-O-B-L-I-N. The first couple people who shouted out in chat will decide. So do I go to the goblins or the gnolls? Ooh. Yeah, I didn't try to blow everybody up necessarily. I was just showing you what would happen here. All right. So we put this is our party marker here. We'll be moving it down. I see a shout for the gnolls. There you go. Bum, 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 bum. So we're going to turn this over, and it says number 2. So now I'm going to open up this book and find 2. By the faint light of the crescent moon, you make your way through a grove of ancient trees. You discover a thin line of twine running across your path and up a tree where rusty pots and pans hang from the branches. The forest around you is laced with these tripwires. Any false move will alert the dragool to your presence. So now I'm going to do a skill check here. I can either try to disarm the trap, which uses dexterity and intelligence. I have 2 in both of those. Or carefully sneak through the trap, which uses dexterity and wisdom. I have 2 in 1. But, you know, whichever one you guys want me to do. Disarm or sneak. All right, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to try to disarm and sneak. We're going to be making a skill check. So this is going to show you kind of the first thing in this game. And I just realized I didn't get the dice out. Oh. Because we're going to need those for skill checks. All right, I see sneak, sneak, sneaky, sneak. All right, so let's sneak through it. So we turn here. You do your best to sneak past the many tripwires that the dragool have set up on the path to their encampment. So now I'm going to make a skill check, and that's going to be Stealth 1. So I'm going to look in this book, which is in alphabetical order, and find Stealth. So there's a picture of Stealth. Ooh. And I'm going to be making a check here. So this is Stealth Check 1. And so I need to get a black 2, a white 1, and then a black or white 6. Now, since it's a skill check and it will show you dice limit 4, I'm going to be pulling 4 random dice from the bag. But before I pull dice from the bag, I can spend these from my attributes, putting them in my fatigue, and I can have up to 16 fatigue before I get killed. And you need to spend 1 per player in your party to pick that die from the bag. Well, in this case, I'm a party of 1, so I only need to spend 1. So I will spend both blacks and 1 white to take 2 black dice and a white dice from the bag. And then I will randomly get a die from the bag too. All right, so I got a green. So I have my dice here, and I'm going to roll them and see what happens. All right, well, nice. I rolled the black too. So now I also need to get a white 1 and a black or white 6. And I got a green 2. So let's see what I can do with my cards. Let's see if my sneaking works well for the beginning here. All right, so a short sword, increase a red or white die by 1 or 2. Not bad. Not bad actually at all. You know, that's... And by the way, in a solo game, I can play up to 4 cards per round. So I'm probably going to do that. I mean, I can increase that 4 to a 6. But then how do I get that white 1? Let's see what else we got. Famous lets me turn a purple die into any die. That's not worth it. A disguise lets me switch a 2 to a 6. Well, that lets me turn the green 2 to a green 6, but I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe. This lets me flip a purple die, charm. That's not worth it. This lets me pull any level 2 die from the bag. I pull a die from the bag and set it to 2. This lets me flip a green die or re-roll a green die. So I could flip this green die to a 5. But I would need to then change that green to something else. This lets me play any number. I can re-roll a black or a white. So, and the skies, so I don't think I can do this actually. This is not good to fail my first test, but maybe let's think about this here. So I got the 2 black seems pretty easy. I would need to add 3 to this black one. I could re-roll it to get a 6, but before I waste that card on that, how would I get the white 4 to a 1? We know we can change the white 4 to a 6, but then how would I get the black to a white 1? I have no way to change black. So I'm thinking I can't do this one at this point in time. Flipping a green die or re-rolling green dice, it doesn't matter since I can't change it. I could pull a 2, but I would need to be able to subtract 1 from the 2. I'm going to... Oh! But here's an interesting thing. I forgot. I'm a bard. I can return 2 stamina from my charisma to the supply. Ignore the color requirement of a dice slot. Well, now things just got interesting. If I do that, I can ignore the color. So I could turn this green to, well, anything I want. So I can flip that green to a 5. We already saw that. But it's still not enough. Can I subtract 1 from a green? I could re-roll the green and hope it's a 1. Why not? So we'll use the runic necklace and re-roll this green. All right, a 3. Not very good. This is green, I promise. Okay, so that didn't do much good. Ignoring, I can get that 4 to a 6. I can re-roll the black. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to use the leather gloves to re-roll the black. Maybe I'll get a black 1. Oh, black 2. So close. Nope, there's really nothing else I can do. So that's it. I failed the test. But I did have a black 2 here, so I get 1 experience above that one. So hey, I learned while I did bad at sneaking. So I've triggered the alarm. With a tremendous racket, pots and pans rain out from the trees around you. Surely every dragoor in the camp is alerted to your approach. Oh well, nothing to do but charge ahead. You can only hope that the rogue is having better luck on his side of the lake. I will now write the keyword alarm here. By the way, all those cards I played go to my discard, but after the round is over, I get them back. There are occasional cards, and I didn't play any of them. I have 2 of them. I should show you, and I should move that there. Sorry. I have the Restore and the Charm show that they are spent when I play these because they're pretty awesome. This one lets me flip 2 purple dice to the other side. But when you use these, they're spent. You don't get them back till you rest. As it is, I'm a little fatigued. Well, what do you do? Anyway, I wrote the word alarm. Tarek is handling his side of the lake. Remove the other encounter token from the adventure map and return it to the box. Okay, so Tarek's doing well. They wanted to make that clear to me. Tarek's handling his side. All right. Before heading into the camp, you take a moment to catch your breath. The crescent moon reflects eerily off the glass black surface of the water. So I can rest here. And I think I am going to rest, just because you can spend experience when you rest, and I'm going to spend 1 experience. It lets me roll 1 die, and I get that much fatigue removed. 3, perfect. So that much fatigue's removed, then I refill all my stuff up to its maximum stats, which are back. And now I'm going to go to the Knoll Camp. So here we are to our first location, the Knoll Camp. All right, collect the XP. Do I have the keyword goblin? No. Do I have the keyword alarm? Yes. Great. A single campfire lights the empty tents and packed bags of the Knoll encampment. Behind you, in the darkness, a twig cracks. You turn to face the blades of 3 dog-faced creatures emerging from the darkness. They snarl and bark at you in their native tongue, spreading out to force your backs to their fire. The gnolls look hungry. They will not hesitate to make a meal of you tonight. Bam, 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 bam. So now I'm going to find in this deck of bad guys, which I think is alphabetically ordered. Well, actually it tells me what number. They're 21. They're in numeric order. So we have gnolls. Gnolls. All right, so the gnoll needs a green 1, a white 2, and a red or a blue. But also I have a modifier that there is a gang of. So I'm going to go through this deck. During the first round of this combat, the combat dice limit is reduced by 1. Ah, boo. So I'm only going to be rolling 2 dice. I will not be able to beat these guys in the first round of combat. So that's not great. So the dice should be back in the bag here. Alrighty. So if this is very similar to a skill check, but when I fight these guys, if I don't cover up these spots, they'll do that much damage to me. And if I do cover them up, I get experience. But if I don't get a white 2, he'll hit me for 3. If I don't get a green 1, he'll hit me for 3. And a blue or red 2 hit me for 2. And if I go to round 2, which, by the way, I'm going to because I can only roll 2 dice, I'll take another damage too, which is just thrown in your fatigue, and you'll rest to get rid of that. So I'm not particularly worried about these guys, but I do want to make sure I have the dice. So I'm going to spend 1 wisdom to get a white die. I can't get a green die, unfortunately. So I can't get a red or a blue die either. Oh, no, I can't get a blue die. So I'll spend 1 intelligence to get a blue die. So that's all I got is a red and a blue die. That's it. Wait. A white and a blue die. A white and a blue die. All right, so let's roll these, and let's hope that we... Oh, don't forget to flip my rest over. Yes, you can't unflip a rest until you've had another combat or adventure. But I'm doing one right now, so it will unflip. I'm not sure that the rest token matters that much, but... All right, a blue 4 and a white 2. Well, yay for the white 2. Now, can we get this blue 4 to a blue 2? So once again, I look through my cards. I'm getting better at this. Now, I do have this restore, which lets me pull any die from the bag, and if it's a 2, that could work very easily there. So I might do that because I just need a red or a blue. I can flip a green. I don't have a green. Increase a red or white die. Nope. Turn a purple. Nope. I'm feeling pretty decent here. I'm going to pull a die from the bag, and whatever it is, I'm going to spend this restore here, which lets me pull any die from the bag, and it will become a 2, whatever color it is. It's white, so I got a white 2. Now, of course, purple would have been the best one to get, or red or blue. But this is what I will do. This is where I will use my bardic tunes to spend that, and I will spend 2 stamina for my charisma to ignore the color requirement of a slot. Boom. So that's all I can do. I can't use this blue 4 to get it to a green 1, so be it. So that's going to be out of this round. And I don't have to worry about this first round requirement anymore, so that's always good. So now he hits me for 3, so that's just going to add 3 to my stamina here. So I'm up to 7, which is not good because I'm 16. Then he hits me for another 1, and it's round 2 of combat. All right, round 2 of combat. At this point, I'm just going to pull 3 dice and hope for the best. Let's see here. I got a red, white, and blue. Very patriotic. Alrighty. But none of that is green, and green's the one I needed. This is not looking particularly good here, because I can't really do anything with these. I needed a green. I can't even change a die into a green unless I had purple. Ugh. That was kind of a whole waste of combat round. So that's a waste. So he hits me again for 3 more damage. That's not good. And I lose an experience. Well, boo. I didn't like him anyway. Alrighty, final round here of combat. I do much better. I do much better with my kids. 2 reds and a black. This is terrible. Alrighty. A 2, a 3, and a 3. Well, if I could subtract 1 from one of these dice, get it to a 1, I could, because my bard thing was turned back. No, I just spent the bard to do this. Oh, no. That guy across the lake's not going to be happy. I can't do anything with that. I didn't pull any purple dice. I'm having the worst luck. But what do you do? So I got 1 experience. Well, that's great. But I lost here. So we'll put this back in and see what happens here. Okay. Defeat. I have to set fire to the camp to escape. The gnolls overpower you, so you grab a burning branch from their campfire, setting tents ablaze while you flee into the darkness. To your surprise, they make no effort to pursue you and have no interest in putting out the fire. Instead, they gather their meager belongings and head north, back toward their homeland. It seems like they had enough of this war. I would like to point out, I would have preferred they had enough of the war before they fought me, but whatever. By the light of the burning camp, you find something left behind. I get Discovery Card 86. I now found a lodestone pendant. That's another thing I can use at locations. And I'm going to write down the keyword gnoll. Another fire rises from across the lake. You trust that Tarek is making good progress and will meet you at the fortified gate ahead. If the Empire party is exhausted, we're not. Okay. So now I can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Hey, let's use this lodestone pendant. The lodestone pendant is expertly made. It's magnetic stone carved into a smooth shape. When you hold it by its chain, the pendant sways gently, responding perhaps to its invisible attraction to nearby metal, or perhaps the subtle motions of your hand. If you had something else to hang it from, you could get a clearer signal of its attraction to metal. Alrighty. Well, I could combine the two and see what happens. So let's do it. I'm going to use the bluestone fireball and the lodestone pendant. Why? Because I can. Wait a minute. I just played hard mode. Oh, no, you're talking about someone who played online. Okay. Finding no use for these items together. It doesn't make sense. You decide to play a game. You hang the bluestone fireball from the chain of the lodestone pendant and whirl it around your head. Then you hurl the fireball into the air as high as you can, catching it before it hits the ground. Fortunately, you are good at playing catch. You do not explode yourself in the middle of the gnoll encampment. When your game is over, you feel reinvigorated. Each player add 1 stamina to your strength attribute row from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. Nice. Well, that's a 5. I don't think I will cheat like that. Here's a 1. I'm stronger now. All right, well, let's... I have to rest, unfortunately, because I need to get this card back. So I spend an experience, and let's hope that I roll like a 6 or something, because I have 11... I shouldn't. You know what? I don't want to spend 2 experience. It seems... Because 2 would let me roll 2 dice. And I want to use that experience at the end. Alright, so I'm just going to do 1 and hope for the best. 3. Alright, well, 3's not terrible. So I'm up to 8 fatigue. I'm half dead. Meanwhile, I fill in all my slots here. So I'm back up to full blast with my intelligence, charisma, and wisdom. I'm not using my bard special ability again unless it's the final one to do it. Oh, you're right. By resting there, I would lose that strength. But we're going to retro and say I rested before I got the strength, because I'm not doing that. All right. That's how retro works. You say cheater, I say who cares. All right, let's move to the outpost wall. Actually, I'll let you guys choose. Do you want me to go to outpost wall, or do you want me to run over to the goblin camp and see what was happening there? So goblins or wall, because you can go anywhere. Or I can even go back to the Borland Prairie. So prairie, goblin, or outpost. So you all pick prairie, goblin, or the wall. Forget the goblin, says Nick, to the wall. Run to the goblin, says Mira. Well, it's 1 versus 1. I don't know. I mean, you never know what you might find. If there's anything I learned playing this game, you can like run around and scavenge everything. That's 2 for the wall, 1 for the goblins. First 1, 2, 3 wins. So let's see. Oh, wall. Alrighty. Boring, people. This is not how I play my exploration games. I go check everything, but I will follow what you all say. So to the wall it is. Boring. All right. Do I have the keyword open? I don't. There is an XP. Yes. So I'm back up to 3. You approach the fortified outpost as the moon sets, leaving you in utter darkness. Behind you, twin fires burn on either side of the shimmering black lake. You feel your way across the rough wood of the outpost's massive gate, but can find no handle or latch. Yet the gate holds firm. It must be barred from within. Behind this wall, the Dragoor are protecting a powerful artifact. Tarek Nolan, the halfling, is nowhere in sight. So I can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, I guess I'll use that bluestone fireball that I've been sitting on. You uncork the bluestone fireball at the base of the fortified gate and run for cover. A thunderous explosion tears a wide flaming hole in the wall, giving you passage through. So I'm going to write the keyword open here. Reveal discovery card 16 and put a experience on it. So this is something that the game does. It's kind of cool. You'll see it adds to the board here a new place that I can go to. The outpost interior. Return 65 to the discovery deck because I can no longer blow things up. Now I can rest or move to another location. All right, so back to you all. Do I go to the interior, to the goblins, or to the prairie? Prairie, goblins, interior. Which one? By the way, if you're first joining us, we're in the middle of playing Role Player Adventures, which it also says in the title of the video, and there are spoilers in here, although we're playing the very beginning, so if you're, it's up to you. All right, got 1 vote for in. So go into the interior. The reason I go around and do other things is because sometimes there's items and things I can get for whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, so 1 in. 1 for goblins. It's 1v1. 2 for the interior. If I get 1 more for interior, I'm in. 2 for the goblins. Oh, this is exciting. 3 for goblins. All right, we're going back to goblins. There's an experience thing there. It might not be there. I don't know. We'll see. So back to B. There is an XP for this location. I get it. That's right. I want to go pick up that experience. Now I have 4 experience. Do I have the keyword no? I do. Ashes are all that remain of the goblin encampment. There are no tracks, no bodies, and no stains of blood on the earth. No trace of the battle remains, not even any evidence of Tarek's approach or exit. A few crude spearheads are the only sign that goblins ever camped here. If you didn't know better, you would have guessed that this was the site of some long ago forgotten goblin village, founded ages ago when Nalos and the Dragool lived in harmony. It's as if Tarek blasted the poor creatures into ancient history. He's a more formidable operative than you had supposed. A light breeze shifts the ashes, revealing something Tarek overlooked. Ha 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 ha! Yes. 95. I found something. I found an ancient key. Yes. I'm using that key everywhere. I can use an item. I'm using a key right now. The ancient key has a nice weight to it. You suspect it must unlock something of great value. I'm using the key and the pendant together. You hang the lodestone pendant from the edge of the ancient key. It leans forward away from you and to the left. It seems to be responding not to metal, but to your own inner sense that something of value remains hidden in the ruins of the goblin camp. You follow the lead of the pendant, which draws you to the ashes of a tent. where you uncover a corked bottle of a healing elixir. Roll 1 die and heal that much fatigue. Yay. Yay. 6! This is for all those who said go forward. Sometimes it's better to retreat. I'm down to 2 fatigue. Fantastic. All right. Where to now? Prairie, knolls, wall, or interior? Prairie, knoll, wall, or interior? Because you can go to any location anytime. So I'm going to let you guys pick the locations, but I'll pick the items that I use at the locations. So that just makes it a little easier to do here. Still have all this gold. I do want to spend it at some point. That guy really hates goblins. Yeah, you have no idea. That guy really does hate goblins. Morav says, let others do the work and grab the loot. So we have 1 vote for interior and 1 back to the prairie. Great. 2 for the interior. No, wait. Yes. 1 for the wall. 3 for the interior. So to the interior we go. Do I have Revealer of Secrets, Rogue's Accomplice, or Aid to Ogre? Nope. Oh, I get another XP. Yes, I'm up to 5 XP now. You pass through the smoldering hole and enter the Dragool outpost. Its massive wooden walls are solid but roughly constructed. They enclose an open space, empty except for a single chest of white metal and a gray-skinned ogre who stands before it with an iron club. The ogre shouts in Dragool language. It's gibberish to you, as if he were making all the sounds but none of the sense of Nalos common. Between his angry cries, he smashes the metal chest with such force that it shakes the ground around you, but the chest only rings out a remarkably pleasant tone. It remains unbroken, undented, and firmly in place. Enraged, the ogre approaches you, shouting and swinging his club wildly. As you watch his outburst, you catch a glimpse of something moving in the shadows behind him. Tarek Nolan, blade drawn, carefully approaches the ogre from the other side of the outpost. So, folks, we have a choice here. We can either attack the ogre or try to understand what he's saying, which requires intelligence and wisdom, of which I have a total of 3. So try to understand or attack. Your choice. I'll do what you say. The first one to get to 3. So attack or understand. I know what we did last time with the kids, so I'm curious to see what will happen here. Meanwhile, the other guy's sneaking behind him, who worked with me. He's the guy who killed all the goblins. So that's 1 vote for understand. 2 votes for understand. No singing songs. Oh, 3 for understanding. That is also what my kids chose, because they always want to help the bad guys, the goblins. So as Tarek creeps closer, you try to understand what the ogre is saying. Dragool and Nalos Common are not that completely divorced. 1,000 years ago, when all of Ulas lived in peace, the 2 languages were a separate single tongue. But after all these centuries of separation, it's no simple task for you to comprehend the ogre's angry rants. So we're going to do a skill check here of interpretation. Interpretation 1. Interpretation 1. So I need a white 2, a blue 4, and a white or blue 3. I really wish my cards worked better with this stuff, but let's see here. I'm going to have 4 dice again. I could spend both blues and a white, but... And a skill check isn't 3 rounds like the other thing is. Man. Fine, I'll do it. I'll spend 2 blues and a white. So let's see what we get here. We're going to 2 blues and a white. So then I'm going to put the rest of the dice back in, mix them up. My kids did not pick the attack thing. They liked the ogre. They said, why would you attack someone who's just trying to talk to you? And I pulled a red again. So here we go. Rolling these dice. Let's see what we get. So, nothing. Have I passed anything yet? All right. Well, I can flip a 2 to a 6 or a 6 to a 2. That doesn't help me at all. All right, I can change a purple to anything. Nope. Increase a red die. Nope. Flip or reroll green. Nope. Reroll purple. Nope. Reroll purple or black. Nope. Pull another 2 from the bag. Wow. We just completely failed to understand the ogre. Like, I don't even know why I would bother. I just spent a lot of dice for no reason. I cannot manipulate blues and whites. You got to remember that, folks, when you tell me to do something with blue and white, I can't manipulate those dice. I can manipulate purples and reds and 2s and greens. Wonder why they gave me a runic necklace that lets me manipulate greens when I don't even have a green. Is that... I did that right? Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird combo. Well... Alright, so we failed. He grows frustrated with us and attacks. The ogre grows impatient with your failed efforts to understand him. He swings his iron club wildly and races towards you. Alright, well, we're fighting him now. There he is. So Tog needs a 3 blue, a white 4, a green 6, and a red 5. Well, I'm going to spend this red one because we're not going to be able to keep it anyway. So that we get a red die. The rest we're just going to pull from the bag. So our combat dice limit is 3. So we're definitely not going to beat this guy in the first run through, but hopefully we can do some damage to him. Oops, that die's not in the game. Alright, I got a purple. I'm going to use my charisma on this guy, finally, hopefully. Alright, purple 6, green 5, red 1. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. So, I can re-roll a green or flip it to its other side. Okay, maybe. I can flip a 6 to a 2. No. I can pull another 2 from the bag. Maybe. I can re-roll a black or a purple. Maybe. I can flip a purple to the other side. I can increase a red or a white by 1 or 2. Oh, man. I got to do something here. I have to do something. I need to. I can't fool around here. So I think I will change, using famous, I will change the purple to a green and put it there to cover that up. Then I'm going to pull a 2 from the bag and hope it's white, I guess. So I spent famous, and I'm going to spend restore. And I got a green 2. Not useful at all. I may want to use that bar just so I don't take a lot of damage, because I'm about to take 8 damage if I don't do anything. I can re-roll the... Nope. Those don't help. I can flip that 2 to a 6 in the green, but what would a green 6 do me? Nope. I can re-roll the greens. Nope, I'm going to just put the green here, spend 2 of that, and do a bardic song blocking that off. All right, well, that was round 1. He then hits me for 4 damage. And I lose an experience. Fantastic. Well. Oh, wait. I need to... Yeah, I got rid of the ones that I can't pull back. All right, come on. 3 more dice. No blues or whites. Well, round 3 ain't going to go very well either. Oh, joy. Wow. That's horrific. How am I... Like, everything I'm doing here is really bad. I have... I failed every test so far. I think we've lost twice when I play with the kids, and we're up to Adventure 5. Obviously, I'm not as smart as my children. Man, that was terrible. And these cards don't let me do anything. Like, why can't I get the right dice? Between missions, I need to spend that money to upgrade, like, badly. Badly. I'm going to buy anything that lets me manipulate dice. But, all right, so I take 4, 6, 10 more damage. Okay, I'm exhausted. So I'm out. So I've lost the combat. But I did get 4 gold out of it. Yeah, you better believe I'll be buying more cards at the end of this mission. But I'm dead. All right, so let's see what happens here. Defeat. He thrashes you. All right. The ogre pummels you mercilessly while you do your best to preserve your life. Luckily for you, the creature is distracted by his rage. It does not sense the approach of a halfling who stabs him in the back of his neck. Wow, says Tarek, that's one way to distract him. Reveal title card 3. I am now the rogue's accomplice. So title cards are put here on the board. I'm getting rid of the stupid troll. I should have... It was much better when we befriended him. We befriended him in the last one. But all right. Adjust the favor markers. So I go up 1 favor with the king and down 1 with the dragoor. I don't know why. Do I have the keywords goblin and alarm? No. Do I have null and alarm? Yes. E14. Now that the outpost is calm, Tarek relaxes on a tree stump and carves slices from an apple. Oh, I just remembered, he says. I should thank you for bungling your approach to the Null camp. You made so much noise that all the goblins from my side of the lake waded into the water in hopes of watching you die. I could not have asked for a better distraction. Yeah, my pleasure. Tarek points to the metal chest with an apple wedge. All that's left for me, he says, is to figure out what's locked inside. Upon closer inspection, you discover that the white metal of the chest to be dergolium, an ancient alloy forged to contain objects from other planes. No force will crack it. Its lid must yield to some other secret. You find a pear-shaped indentation above its keyhole. Tarek notices your interest in the chest. You can return to your regiment now if you like, or you can stay and help me open it. We're all exhausted, so I'm going to mark the death track 1 and read that in the Tome of Encounters. Well, this will be exciting. I've never died before. You sit down to rest, and your vision becomes distorted, as if a rippling curtain of fog was passing between you and the world. When the fog lifts, you find yourself in a stone hallway, cold and dark. An old woman approaches from the darkness, wearing a black hood that obscures her face. Her voice is warm and kind. "It's good to see you resting," she says. "Azima's world is full of struggle, and a soul grows weary." She finds a smooth flagstone and sits down beside you. "Oh dear," she complains, "this floor never gets any softer. But look, I've come to give you something." She extends a bony hand from the sleeve of her cloak, revealing a bag of glass marbles. Each marble contains a small, compressed creature looking angry and uncomfortable. You reach in and grab one. Am I playing in legendary mode? Oh no! I get rare card 7, and I get the word passage. Whatever that means. Alrighty. So, I get rare card 7. I'm hoping I get rare card 7, something amazing. Oh, it's a one-time use thing that gives me 3 red dice. I can live with that. Thank you. Roll 1 die. 2. Then remove all XP from the party journal that exceeds the roll remark. So I'm down to 2 XP. Great. Then each player rolls 1 die and remove all stamina that exceeds the roll result. Of course, I rolled a 6. So I have 6 stamina left. Remove all bonus play tokens. Okay, I haven't used any of those yet. Fill your attribute rows up to their attribute limit. My pleasure. So basically, I'm resting here. I pulled a lot of 5s there. All right, return all spent cards to your hand. Flip your class ability face up. That. If you complete an encounter, move to the next location on your path. Yep. All right. I'm done being dead. So now I can use items and stuff. I'm back, baby. So I'm going to use these two things together because that seems very sensible. You press the lodestone pendant to the pear-shaped indentation on the chest and insert the ancient key. There is a click of mechanisms within which allows you to turn the key. The chest pops open. Yeah. As the chest pops open, the earth quakes and the sky crackles with strange purple energy. For a moment, you hear the screech of bats and you smell a briny sea. Tarek holds forth a chainmail sack of the same white metal as the chest. Quickly, grab the object and place it in here. You reach inside the chest and pull forth a plain glass jar of translucent gray material. Strange, colorful images pass through the material as if it were displaying the dreams of another world. You place this curiosity in Tarek's Durgolium sack. Immediately, earth and sky are still. A fine discovery, Tarek says, admiring the jar through the chainmail links. I've only seen one other like it. Then he pauses to consider you for a moment. I get title 2. So I will have Revealer of Secrets. If my king's favor is 1 or higher, which it is, I read E19. All right. Tarek smiles and hands you the Durgolium sack. Hang on to this. I'm sorry, wrong voice. Hang on to this, he says, but use it wisely. If you slip that jar out of its sack even for a moment, you'll unleash a wave of interplanar power. Ooh, I get another rare card. Not bad for dying. Gray matter. Add any die. I picked the number. Oh no, it's just adding a die. I just draw a die from the bag. Well, okay, fine. Whatever. That could be handy. Tarek pulls several empty Durgolium chainmail sacks from his pack and hands them to you. Consider yourself recruited to the cause, he says. There are Durgolium vaults headed all over Nalos, each holding an object of great power. We cannot let them fall into the wrong hands. By the king's orders, we must gather as many as we can, and with haste. So now I can rest or move to another location. Or I can just end the scenario, in which case, that's what I'm doing. So the end. Your mission at Black Lake has ended, and Tarek Nolan wishes you Godspeed as you return to your regiment. My own mission takes me elsewhere, he tells you, but I have a feeling we will meet again. As you travel back, you have time to collect your thoughts and puzzle over the things you've seen. So then, depending on the titles that you got, I'll read down here. The slack face and limp body of the slain ogre appears in your mind. You've put an end to many... I don't know why I'm reading in his voice. You've put an end to many Dragor invaders during this long war, but for some reason this ogre's death left an impression. Of all the Dragor that you have killed, he was the only one who ever tried to communicate with you. You find yourself wondering what you might have learned from him if he had lived. You wonder about the power of the jar that was hidden in that Durgolium chest. How could such a small object shake the earth and rend the sky? Strange images floated through the material inside it. The jar must be an illusion, or else from another plane, for nothing like those images exists anywhere in Ulas. Upon your return, you find your regiment preparing to march. Orders to move west, a soldier tells you. General Grick is advancing on Bogroot Swamp. You report to the general, who smiles when he sees you. Just in time, he calls. General Grick hands you a letter from King Taran. It seems the king's hometown has been attacked by a giant troll, and he wants you to bring him its head. My duties take me to Bogroot, says Grick. So when you're done with the troll, you'll need to meet Zalek and Sebek for your next assignment. Grick slugs you in the shoulder, ow, to bid you farewell. You head toward the coast. After a 2-day march, you smell brine in the air and hear the call of gulls. Soon, you will arrive in the halfling town of Jolev, where you must fetch the head of a troll for your king. We now may advance our characters. Battle at Black Lake, done. Yeah, let's advance our characters. Yeah. So, at the end of a... Alright. So, I do know that I will lose the ancient key and the lodestone pennant, so I'm going to, before I forget, I'm going to put these back in the deck in their spots. All right, so I'm going to shuffle each of the decks of cards. They're way over here. And I get the top card of each deck and face up. All right, so I'm just going to randomly pull one out of each deck. So I got the quarterstaff, which lets me add or subtract one from a purple and a white. It costs 5. I have like 9. From this deck, I got envious. I can turn any color into a black or white. This costs me 6. If I'm a Saurian, it costs me 2. I'm not a Saurian. I'm not Saurian. A negotiate lets me flip a blue or a green over. Stone skin gives me 2 more green for 8. I don't hate that. And leather greaves let me re-roll a black or a purple. I can already re-roll black and purple. I have the leather gloves, but I could play them both together and re-roll them. I don't think that's worth it. I think of all these, the envious one is tempting, to turn any die into a black or white. That's not bad. And the stone skin is kind of tempting too, because it just gives me 2 green dice and I have no constitution. Let's see here. Well, before I do that, let's visit the Adventurers Guild. So here I can spend XP. I have 2 XP. I can increase my health for 1. I can increase the combat dice limit, but that would cost 8. So no. I can increase our bonus play limit by 1. Nope. Or I can increase the party's mastery level, which costs 3, and I can make one of my stats go up. Boo. I'm just going to spend 1 and make my health go up to 17. I don't know why I'm doing that. It just feels good. All right. Now I can buy, I can sell, but when you sell cards, you only get 2 money for them. So... Oh, wait. I didn't realize negotiate is 8 minus intelligence, so my intelligence is 2, so I could buy negotiate for 6. I don't know. Flipping a blue or green die. So how much do I have here total? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Turning any die to a black or white. Nah, stone skin sounds cooler. I'm going to buy stone skin. So that gives me 2 green dice. So that's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold. Alrighty, I visited the market. I'm not saving the campaign progress. Alrighty. So on to Adventure 2. Terran's Trophy. Alrighty, so we're going to put the... let's put that back. Discovery card 16. If you're just tuning in, we're playing Role Player Adventures and spoilers. Spoilers. So we're going to put the map out here in the middle of the table. I believe it's on this side of the map. There we go. And now we're going to put out tokens 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4. Where did I put the other tokens? There's 3. What did I do with the 1 and the 2 tokens? Are they underneath here? Huh. I moved them earlier, I suppose, and now I don't remember where. Did anyone see where I put tokens 1 and 2? This happens a lot to me. I took them off the board and I moved them somewhere. No. Well, if I can't find them, I'm just going to take 5 and 6 and make them 1 and 2. Ah, don't laugh at me, everybody. You know that you've done the same thing where you can't find the pieces to a game. And then later on, when you're done, you're like, oh, it was there all along. Also, it was Agatha all along. These are the things I did not buy. Alrighty. Well, 5 and 6 are 1 and 2. 5 is 1, 6 is 2. We'll just remember that. Alright. So let's shuffle these around. We start here in Jolev. Let's continue with our setup. And 1 experience goes on each of these locations. Whoops. Each of these locations. Get my hand of cards. Fill each attribute row to its maximum. I've done that. Pretty sure I don't have fatigue because we rest in between missions. I did that. Look under the box in the front. What box in the front of this? Oh, you're right. Thank you. 1 and 2. 6. Ah, almost got it. All right, thank you. There are some benefits to playing with everybody. All right. Alrighty. Your adventure begins. Here we go. The Dragoon invasion has ended, but your regiment marches north into the swamps, where the Dragoon continue to plot against Nalos. While your fellow soldiers head to battle, you have been sent to the halfling town of Jolev on orders from King Terran to fetch the head of a giant troll. The coast here is lined with grassy bluffs and sandy beaches. A light breeze carries the smell of the sun-warmed sea. There is slight smokiness in the air, and you recall, with keen anticipation, Jolev's reputation producing the finest flavored hams in all of Nalos. Place your party marker at location A, read A. Here we go. Do I have the keyword Esther? Nope. Nope. I'll take this. I'm up to 2 experience again. Standing alone in the town square, the mayor welcomes you to Jolev. Sorry for this humble greeting, he says, but everyone is in hiding. He gestures around, and you see that boards cover the windows of every shop but the blacksmith's. Several second-floor shutters are cracked open so that curious eyes can watch you. Thank heavens for the King's Guard, shouts the mayor, hoping his citizens will hear. We place our troubles in your capable hands. The mayor exits, stage left. Windows close. The blacksmith's hammer rings out a lonely sound. As you cross the empty cobblestone square, you find an old staff sling. So now I can start using this staff sling everywhere I go, and you know I will. If there's only 1 character in your party, go to A7. Okay, fine. I've never had that happen. You interview the blacksmith Rose and notice that she wears a ring with an eye-shaped insignia. You recognize it as the mark of the Starlit Door, a secretive group researching the ancient mysteries of Nalos. Rose tells you that young Esther Dunegrass has gone missing. Many fear that she was taken by the troll. The Dunegrass farm lies across the western road. Esther was last seen at the beach to the east. Are you really planning to fight a giant troll alone? She asks skeptically. Well, that's rude. Then she pulls something from a chest in the back of her shop. This little charm isn't much in the way of protection, but it's all I have for now. Come back later and I'll have something more for you. So I'm going to find all the runic armor cards, shuffle them, reveal 1, add it to your hand. All right, fine. I'm just going to take the first one I find of the runic armor. These are armor. Where is armor? Nope, those are weapons. Those are traits. That's skills. That's scrolls. Oh, yeah, of course, the last thing I check. All right. Runic. Oh, first one I found. A runic crown. I can add or subtract 1 or re-roll a blue die. Yeah. Now I got, look at the card hands I have now. Come at me. I'm kidding. Don't come at me. Reveal title card 12. Well, I don't know what's happening here, but I mean, I got a title somehow. It's going to be like Master of the Runes. All right, I must have got this in our last game. Actually, it's Smith's Hammer. All right. I can use an item or move to another location. I'm using that staff sling. You look around Jolev to see if anyone's missing a staff sling. The blacksmith Rose just shrugs. Go ahead and keep it, she says. All right, well, let's go. All right, folks. It doesn't really matter where I go here because I have to go straight. So I don't have to stop at the ancient chapel. But I do need to stop at this location here. So it's encounter number 1, which I'll put with the other encounters to remember this time. So encounter number 1. You hear a horrible squeal and run to discover a pig lying in a ravine. It must have fallen and broken its leg. It writhes in pain and fear. The pig is pink. The pig is pink with dark spots, one of which resembles a black swan. You cannot see the whole ravine clearly from where you stand because of a rocky overhang that obscures most of the ravine floor. You hear a rustling sound coming from beneath it. That's right. I remember this adventure. All right, so I can see if I can help the pig, which is going to end up in a fight, or I can use dexterity and constitution, of which I have a total of 2, to investigate the overhang. I will allow you to pick. Help or investigate. Help the pig, investigate the overhang. It's a pig with a dark spots, one that looks like a black swan. Ben says, it doesn't matter where we will go because I'm going to fail every skill check. Well, that's true. So that's 1 vote for helping the pig. 2, no, you can't, the same person. I'm not counting 2 votes for the same person. 1 vote for the overhang, 1 vote for the pig. Oh, let's see what's happening here. 2 votes for the overhang, 2 votes for the pig. Oh, okay, Nick made the call there. We're helping the pig. I don't know if you saw me fight, but all right, here we go. You reach the bottom of the ravine and notice no broken leg on the pig. Instead, there's a massive angry welt on its abdomen. The poor animal froths at the mouth, clearly the victim of some horrible venom. You turn around to see a giant scorpion crawling toward you from under the overhang. Scorpions, my favorite enemies. All right, so we have a giant scorpion here, but he's also venomous. That's great. That's great. Venomous. After I roll the dice, I put a black die from the dice pool to the bag for each 3 I rolled. All right, so for this fight, I need 1 black, 2 whites, and a green. I have no greens. I can spend and get a black and 2 white. Well, I'm definitely going to spend 1 of these and get a white. And honestly, I'm not fooling around. I'm spending 1 and getting a purple, because I can do that too. So, I have a white and a purple. Man, you have to put a black die back for each 3 that's rolled? Fine, I'm going to get a black die, but you know I'm going to get a 3. Oh, you know what? I'll get 2 black dice. There we go. Oh, wait, this is combat. I'm not allowed to have more than 3 dice. Never mind. Here we go. Initial roll. I rolled 2 3s. Great. So the black die is gone. Oh, that was terrible. All right. But, I mean, it could be worse. I can change that purple using my famousness. I can change that purple to a 5. Now, can I change that white to a 6? I can flip a 2 to a 6. Can I subtract 1 from white anywhere? I can increase a white by 1 or 2. You know what? I think I'm going to do that actually instead of spending the... I'm going to increase a red or white die by 1 or 2. I'm going to change that white by 2 to a 5. Well, it's time to use my new stone skin and get 2 green dice from the bag. So, maybe one of them will be a 1. Of course not. I got a 3 and a 6. But I can... Where's the book? I want to make sure I'm doing this right. I can flip a die to its opposite side. So I can flip a 6 to a 1. So I'm going to use a disguise to flip that 6 to a 1. So I have that. Now, can I add 1 to the purple? If I can do that, I could change that purple to a 6. It's that black 4 that's killing me. Can I add 1 to a green? Nope, I can add or subtract 1 from blue. Well, I think I'm just going to take a punch in the face here. All right, so boom. So I get hit for 5 more damage. Great start to this round. But not to worry. It's time for round 2. A black, a blue, and a green. Well, we know the black's going to go away because I'm going to roll a 3. I didn't roll a 3, but I did roll a black 4. Great. Now I just need to figure out how... Can I add 1 to a green die? I can't add 1 to any dice. Why don't I... Oh, I can add 1 to a blue. 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 No, 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 no. I can re-roll the green, but I would need to get a 6. I can re-roll black or purple. I can add another die. I can add another 2. I just need 1 more to kill the scorpion. All right, I'm going to add a die. Come on now. A green 5? Come on! All right, so that's 3 cards. I'm only allowed to play 4. Oh, no, no, that was 3. I played this last time. Yeah, so I played... No, I played 2 last time. So I've only played 2. I can play 2 more cards. I can pull a purple 2. I still have that pull 3 reds, but that doesn't do anything. Well, I'm going to use my runic necklace and re-roll a green. 1. Fantastic. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's another round of combat that I've lost. So now I get hit for 4 more damage. It's the final round now. A red, a purple, and a blue. And I needed a 6. Any of those being a 6, I would have had it. Any of them. Alrighty. Well, let's re-roll the purple for our first card. Purple got a 5. All right. Oh, man. I'm just not catching a break on these battles today. I can re-roll the blue. I might as well try. Re-roll the blue. A 4. Yep. Well, I lost. That was a pretty terrible thing. I got 2 experience out of it, but I got the snot kicked out of me, and I'm going to have to spend those experience I got to whatever. I don't want to talk about it. I hope the pig dies. I'm going to eat the pig for dinner. They did talk about hams being here. I'm a little salty right now after dying to the scorpion. Where is this scorpion? I ran into the scorpion. I went to help the pig. I went over here. I hate the pig. I'm stung, but I escape. Great. The giant scorpion stings you and drives you off, but your attacks have distracted the creature long enough for the pig to recover from the scorpion's venom. Oh good, I saved the pig. While you were fighting for its life and your own, the pig struggled to its feet and ran off into the hills. No, the reason I took 4 damage is because in the next round, if you don't kill the scorpion, you take another 3. Anywho, okay, so I'm resting. Whatever, I need all those cards back too, so I'm spending 2 experience. Gonna roll 2 dice here. And I get rid of 9. That's good. That's good. That's good. Get my cards back. I have not passed a single skill check or a battle yet. But I will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where do you want me to go? I can just go to the chapel, which I can just go to right now, or I can go to the beach or the farm, in which case I'll have another random encounter, which if it includes a pig, I'm chopping up instantly. So, farm, chapel, beach. You pick. Farm, chapel, or beach. I feel like this live play may let Mike off the hook with all the teasing about Gloomhaven rocks. That's very possible. That's 1 vote for the beach. So beach, chapel, or farm. Remember, I'm here to rescue a girl, but I mean, we got to figure out where she is from the trolls. 2 to the beach. The pig did not endow me with its mystical swan power. I agree. 1 to the chapel, 2 to the beach, 1 to the 3 beach. All right, we're going to the beach, but that means we have an encounter. Encounter 3. On the side of a road, you see a series of large hanging cages, all empty save one, which contains a disheveled human calling out for help. "Get me out of here," he cries. "It wasn't me, I swear." He shows you a few gold coins he somehow managed to keep with him. "Look," he says, "they're all yours if you let me out." As King's Guard, it's your duty to dispense justice, so you ask about his case. He claims to be the son of a noble, heir to a lost castle of Carlavel, wandering disguised as a beggar. A plump, gray-haired farmer lost her prize pig. It had a black spot shaped like a swan, and suspicious locals blamed him for the theft. "I ask you, why would I steal when I have gold to pay with?" But he does dress and smells unlike any noble you ever met. Is he a lying pig thief or a noble that stinks? So I can declare him innocent and free him from the cage, which would require a strength dexterity check, of which I have 1. Or I can find him guilty and let him rot, which seems to have nothing. So, innocent or guilty, you all decide. Innocent or guilty. We'll be taking this token off. We'll be handing at the beach in just a second. If you just tuned in, we're playing Role Player Adventures. Rot. 1 for guilty. 1 for guilty. Let him rot. And Salt and Mr. Bain says, yes, remember to give this stream a thumbs up. I appreciate it. 1 for innocent. 1 guilty, 1 innocent. 2 innocent. Oh, this could be it. The next comment could make the difference. 2 innocent, 1 guilty. 2 guilty. Innocent. All right. So we are gonna try to free him from the cage. Breaking the lock is not as easy as you first thought. It's a sturdy dwarven make. I need to do a force skill check. I'm so very excited about this. Oh yeah. So I need red and black dice. Well, I'm taking the black die. And I'm going to get 4 dice in general. You know what? I really, since this is not a permanent game, I'll be going back to play with my kids. I'm using this Fiend of Confinement. Oh, no, I don't use that yet. I'll use that after I draw the dice from the bag and see what I get. I get 4 dice. 2 whites, a blue, and a black. All right. I don't know that could go on any worse. But I'm going to use, well, I need to get that black to a 4 before I can even mess around with anything else. I can re-roll the black. Or I can flip it. No, I'll re-roll it. So I'm going to re-roll the black. A 6. Are you kidding me? Like any other number. I could... A 2. Well, 2 would have been bad too. Okay, fine. I need a 3 or 4. It wasn't any other number. I can mess with the blue die, but that doesn't seem to matter. You know, I don't care. I'm re-rolling the blue. A 1. This is crazy bad. Like... I'm not going to bother using my fiend if I can't even get the black die onto the 4. Oh well. Sorry, dude. Nothing. I completely failed there. Wow, that's terrible. I leave him to his fate. The man screams, "You incompetent fools!" He spits in your direction as you walk away. No problem. I am Duntum's abandoner. I'm sure that's not a problem. I also get 68. Duntum's acquaintance. I'm sure I'll meet him again. Fantastic. To the beach! We'll forget that ever happened. I will say that I am enjoying this much more with the kids because we all have some, like, we all have our own hand of cards. And we can each only play one card from our hand, but we probably have the card that manipulates a die between the three of us. We got pick characters with complementary powers. But whatever. All right, so I got another experience. Do I have lost, bruise, or blood? Nope. All right. A small fire burns on the beach, but there's no one in sight. You find no sign of the giant troll and no sign of Esther, the missing dune grass girl. Suddenly you hear rough voices belting out a ballad of the Dragor invasion. Following the song to its source, you uncover two stinking drunk halflings lying in the damp sand beneath an overturned rowboat. They must be fishers by trade, for they smell equally of the drink and of the sea. "Hey, don't you know there's a troll about?" one yells at you. Then he whispers, "You ought to be less conspicuous." At which both halflings burst out laughing. They seem to be enjoying themselves, but they're also vulnerable here. It isn't safe to be intoxicated when dragools stalk the beach. As Kingsguard, you have some duty to intervene. Then again, the beach seems empty. What's the harm in letting them have their fun? By the way, someone says, play it solo with 2 characters. I agree, it would probably be better playing with 2 characters, but we started this, and we'll do it. 2 characters. Anyway, so here's my thing. Challenge them to a drinking contest, which is a strength constitution check, of which I have 0. But I'll do it if you want. Sing them a song. That's wisdom and charisma. When I rested, I did not bring my stuff back up, did I? What did I just use against the check there? I did use a black, but I would have had 2 black. I need to remember that. All right, anyway, wisdom and charisma. I have a lot of that, so singing them a song might work. Or the beach is not safe, help them get home. That's dexterity and charisma, of which I have 4 also. So it's challenge, sing, or help. All right, so I got 2 for singing. Oh, 3. All right. I am a bard. That does make sense. I feel like it should say, if your class is bard. It doesn't say that. You clear your throat, straighten your back, and remind yourself to sing from the belly. Then you burst into song of the immortal knight of Nalos. His song is full of heroic tales from the war. The men sit up to listen. It's time for a skill check. Charm 1. I love the picture for charm. This guy's like, ah. But I need 2 purples and a white. I'm spending 2 purples. I'm spending a white. And then I'm pulling a die from the bag. I can re-roll purples. I do not see that I will have a better chance than this. And then 1 random die. Come on. Oh, another white. I can sing. All right. What do we got? We need a purple 4 or a white 4, and I got one of each. Then I need a white 2 and a purple 3. All right. So first of all, I can flip a die to its other side. I can flip a purple 4 to a purple 3. Then I can use that stupid short sword to increase a white by 1 or 2. I will increase this to a 2. And then I'll slide this on, and I've sunk. The immortal knight of Nalos, he ran so firm and strong. He walked down all the roads and always burst into song. The men they came, they sang so fast, he ran into the tall grass. The grass it shivered and he disappeared, but then they found only the thing that was left was his beard. All right, my song impresses them. They're drunk. Give them. Making noise when a giant troll is on the loose is not particular but wise, but caution to the winds. It feels good to belt out a song on this beach. When your singing is done, the halflings cheer and slap your back like you're all old friends from the war. Here you go, one says, and hands you a map. This will get you to Longtooth Island, he tells you. We were out there today and saw shiny things floating in the air. Take our boat if you like. The King's Guard should investigate. You inquire about the troll and the missing Dunegrass girl, but the fishers say they haven't seen either. But to be fair, one says, we've been under the boat most of the day. All right, so Discovery 2, we found an island, and we will put this on it. All right. All right, everybody. So, I can go to the island, the chapel, or the farm. Island, chapel, or farm. Oh, you're right. I got 2 XP from that, too. Thank you. Man, if only all the things have a song involved. One to the chapel. 1 to the island. 2 to the chapel. 3 to the happle. All right. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get mad. We got songing. Okay. Do I have the keyword discover? I have no keywords. All right. Collect that XP. Yes. Look how much XP I have. Ancient buildings of Nalos are held sacred by law. No trespassing is permitted and looters are imprisoned, so you are surprised to hear sounds coming from inside. Colorful splashes of light filter through fractured stained glass in the chapel's vaulted ceiling. A Durgolium bell hangs high above a marble altar which faces rows of stone benches. Rounding the altar, you find a muscular gnome, wooden mallet in hand, standing over a door in the ground that has no obvious lock or latch. You can see that the door is made of Durgolium, just like the chest at Black Lake. The gnome speaks in a low voice. Just in time, he says. Give me a hand with this door. He has guts, inviting the King's Guard to help him loot an ancient site. The gnome stands to offer you his mallet, and as he does, you notice a branded mark on his arm in the shape of an eye. It seems he's a member of the Starlit Door. Perhaps he can teach you the secrets of the chapel, or perhaps he conspires against the king's peace. I can arrest the gnome for trespassing, or offer to help him open the door. So do you want me to arrest him, or offer to help? Whew. This game is just beating me up, but it feels good to have a win under my belt now. Of course, that was like tailor-made for me to do that challenge with it being a song. I see a lot of people voted for Island, but they were too late. But let's see here. One is help. I got 1 arrest, 1 help, 1 help, 1 help. All right. The gnome smiles you and offers you his mallet. I knew it. Adventurers after my own heart. Gimlix is my name. I go up 1 on the Starlit Door favor. He bows in a traditional gnomish greeting and steps aside. You bring the mallet down with great force upon the door, which rings out with lovely tone. As the sound echoes around the chapel, You hear a faint resonance from the bell above. Hear that? Says Gimlix. Bell and door are both made of dergolium. The secret of one must lie in the other. Does anyone have the gray matter object card? Oh yeah, I can rest if I want. I need to remember that. I do have the gray matter card! Gray matter! You were sure Gimlix would be interested in that jar of translucent gray matter that you found at Black Lake. He would likely know something about its origin. All the same, the gnome has a mischievous look about him. You wonder what his starlit door friends want with these objects. So show him the jar, or keep it a secret. Keep it secret, keep it safe, or show him the jar. I see most people offered to help. Most of you are very criminal in nature. So let's see here. We're at the chapel right now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 experience, which would be fantastic to spend in the future. So, keep it secret, says Anthony. All right. Don't show all your cards. I mean, there is some wisdom to that. Show it. At the same time, the guy seems friendly. Keep it secret. Ah, but how friendly is he? Keep it secret. That's 3 for keeping it secret. Gimlix takes the mallet back and adds to his pack with a sigh. Sadly, no one knows how to make dergolium anymore, he says. The closest thing we have is elvish silver, but even the elves can only produce crude imitations of work like this. Gimlix stands and shoulders his pack. I have an appointment to keep in the Undercity. I leave this mystery to you. If you do solve it, look us up. You can tell anyone in my order that you know me. Gimlix as a friend. He shows you the Bandit mark on his arm once again. The eye watches over us all, he says cryptically, then bids you farewell. Reveal title card 7, which is Friend of Gimlix. I can use an item. Well, let's use that staff sling. You guys aren't here to stop me. Ringing the bell seems like a good idea. You load your staff sling with a bit of rubble from the chapel floor and sling it at the bell. It makes a soft, pleasant note that vibrates the dergolium door, but the door does not open. Perhaps it would work better if you had some other kind of ammunition. Hint, hint. All right, well, I guess we're going to another location. There ain't nothing else to do here. So, to the farm, to the beach, to the island, or back to Jolev. Jolev, farm, beach, island. 4 choices to make. Jolev, farm, beach, or island. Y'all choose. Some of you did say to show him the thing. What would have happened had we shown it to him? Well, you'll have to play the game to find out. So while you're deciding what to do here, I will say that the game does do things like the random encounters can change. So in the first one, we saved, when me and my kids are playing, we saved that ogre or troll or whatever it was, ogre, and then we came across him in this one. We were going down the road and we met him. So that was kind of fun. All right, so we got 1 vote for the beach, back to the beach, 1 vote for the farm, another vote for the farm, another vote for the farm. So the farm we go, which means we got another random encounter. You guys love these random encounters. All right. As you make your way along a well-worn dirt road, you hear a cry for help in the distance. You race to the sound and find a halfling couple pinned beneath an overturned cart. They beg for your help, saying that a group of bandits attacked them and stole their pony and all their gold. They identify themselves as the Dunegrass family and mention that they're eager to get back to looking for their lost daughter. A few feet from them, you spy their weapon, an expensive-looking short sword, lying on the ground. Please don't take that. They bleed. It's the only defense we have. Do we have any of these titles here? We do not. So we can either assist the halflings and chase down the bandits, which will lead to a combat, or we can leave them and take their short sword. So help them or steal their sword. What do I do? While you're deciding, let me show you some of the other characters you could be. You could be that dog, that cat. These are some of the other characters that are in the game. As you can see, there's tons of characters you can be. I mean, there's so many characters. And you can put in your own role player characters after you make them. And then you would just use like a generic card. Help. Help. It's a trap. Steal the sword. Help. All right. More people said help. I would have stolen the sword. All right. When we got to this scenario, my kids, we had been helping the bad guys most of the time. My kids said, we're bad guys, but we're not jerks. That was what they said when we got to this. So they also did this. All right. It's time to fight a gang of bandits. All righty. Oh, I should read the flavor text. After freeing the dune grasses, you easily catch up to the bandits in a shallow vale among the hills. They outnumber you, and they're ready for a fight. So we have bandits, but it's a gang of bandits. Also, I don't know how much to tell you all for helping. Thank you for getting me into another combat. As you can see, I'm quite skilled at combat. Gang of, or is it band of? No, it's gang of. All right, gang of, gang of, gang of. Gang of bandits. During the first round of this combat, the dice limit is reduced by 1. Great. Did I not rest before I did this? I didn't. I'm going to regret this dramatically. I may die again. I ain't going to die. I ain't going to die. So I need a white 2, a blue 3, a red 3, and a 5 of any color. I'm doing nothing. I'm not spending any fatigue. I'm going to straight up pull from this bag and hope for the best. Unfortunately, I'm only pulling 2 dice, but here we go. Purple and black. A 3 and a 2. I'm using purple. I'm famous. Purple is any color, so purple is going to block that one. And then black's going to go into 2 because I'm going to return 2 stamina from my charisma to... Wait, did I only have 1 there? I only had 1 there. I can't even use that. Oh, can I flip that black one? No, I can. I'll flip the black one to a 5. Not great, but whatever. So, the bandits hit me for 5 more damage. Really should have rested before this. And they steal a coin from me. All right. All right, but now the first round of combat's over, so it's time to show these guys what fur. 2 blues and a purple. Great, because I need whites and red. I also rolled numbers that don't help at all. I think you're going to see a second death here. Nope, because I'm flipping to purple. Oh, I can't. Never mind. I'm going to pull a 2 from the bag. Whatever color I pull turns into a 2. Maybe I'll be lucky and it's white. It was not. I now have a black 2. I don't know how to get that white 2. Well, I mean, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm going to pull any die from the bag. Let's hope it's useful. A green 4. Nope, not useful at all. Because I need a white 2 to defeat these villains, and I have no way to get whites. Well, we're just going to have to hope for the best. That was round whatever. Who cares? No one likes it. So they hit me again for 5 more, which means I'm almost dead. No, I am dead, actually. And they steal the rest of my money. Can I steal the sword? Can I be bad for once? Can you all stop doing this to me? Oh, you know what? I'm just dead. All right. I'm not even going to try to roll that garbage. Stupid, dumb bandits. Piece of trash. Garbage. I blame you all. You for that decision. You. Why would I fight bandits? I'm not a fighter. I'm a bard. All right. Not bitter at all. Hang on one second. Alrighty, I lost. Great. Also, I'm dead. So I'm going to mark off the next dead thing. This is cool. I haven't read from this book before, the second death or the first. So it's kind of a neat thing. You return through a veil of fog to a familiar hallway, cold and dark. Oh, I'm going to lose all that experience. The old woman approaches you once again from the darkness with her bag of marbles. Tell her what to do with those marbles. Back again? Already? She asks. Oh dear. The woman pulls back her hood, revealing gray hair and a wizened face. Her eyes are empty sockets, black and bottomless. You recognize her from legend. She's Kethra, goddess of gates and thresholds. I fear you may not belong for Azima's world, she tells you, but her world desperately needs its heroes. I cannot let you pass just yet. She pulls another marble from her bag and hands it to you. The creature inside is uncomfortably cramped, as if it has somehow tied its own limbs in knots. These aren't easy to catch, you know. Yeah, no kidding. Use them wisely. I get card 26. Fiend of Ineptitude. Just lets me pull 3 dice from the bag, one-time use. Great. Roll 1 die. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You know I'm going to roll. First I'm going to roll low, then I'm going to roll high. So first the low roll. No! Okay, not bad. Now high. Of course. All right, whatever. Still, it's better than nothing. Remove the bonuses. Fill the attributes up to their limit. Well, that's useful at least. Flip my class card up. Record the keyword passage. Move to the next location. All right. All right. Feeling a little bit better. Let me write. I mean, not better. I died twice, but I'll write the keyword passage here. And I'm now at the Dunegrass farm of the people I just saved. This better say, if you cross the Dunegrass people, they will remember you, and they'll treat you nicely and give you that sword I could have stolen. All right. Let's see if there's no X. Oh, there is XP. Yeah, I would. So for people who are asking, if I was playing this again solo, I would play with 2 characters. That's the easiest solution. I should have done that anyway. I just wanted to try it with 1 character. But yeah, I would just play with 2 characters. And then they would each play fewer cards, but you could mix the cards that you played together. You'd have to keep 2 separate hands, but it's not that big of a deal. All right, at the farmhouse door, you are greeted by a note. Gone to look for Esther. Will return with her or not at all. They left a shovel leaning against the porch railing. Perhaps it will come in handy. Wait, that says discovery card. I found the wrong one. Sorry. Discovery card 74. That didn't look like a shovel. Steel shovel. I'm digging in just a second. As you turn to leave, you are met by a startling sight. A muscular, 20-foot-tall woman with thick green skin and protruding tusks is grabbing pigs from a nearby pen, snapping their necks with a flick of her thumb, and tucking them into a massive leather sack. You found the troll! Here are my choices. Attack. Attempt to frighten her into submission, which requires strength and wisdom. Or keep a safe distance and see where she goes. So attack, frighten, safe. Pick one of those options. I shall do what you tell me to do. So I can attack the troll, frighten her, or keep a safe distance, see where she goes. I'm not really good at any of these things, so it's not really going to matter which one you pick. Also, as you can see, I'm great at manipulating dice. Or I wouldn't be so bad at manipulating them if I could just roll them right. 1 for attack. 1 for stay away. 2 for attack. 2 for safe. 1 for frighten. Safe. Oh my word. Thank you for those 2 people trying to kill me. All right, but I'll do what you want. All right, so you duck around the corner of the house and watch the troll do her work. After she collects nearly a score of pigs, she hefts the sack over her shoulder and begins to tiptoe away. It's strangely amusing to watch this giant's outsized attempt at stealth. Yet her pace is quick and her stride is long. You'll need your wits to read her movements and guess at her destination. Is my Dragul favorite 1 or higher? No. I need to make a skill check here. Observation. 2 greens and a white. I don't care if I see where she goes. I'm just pulling 4 dice from the bag. I don't even care if I pass a skill check. Well, I got 1 white and 1 green, so there's that. I got a green 4, so I'm going to... I mean, I'm not doing terribly at this. If I can get that 6 down to a 5 somehow... I have 7,000 cards now. I could draw 2 more greens and roll them. I might do that. I would like to pass some tests. No. 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 Oh, wait. No. 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 I'm not using this fiend of an aptitude till I need it. I'll use Stone Skin. Give myself 2 more green dice. Oh, yeah, I was pulling random dice out. 2 green dice. I just need one of them to be a 5. Yay! And then I'll use 2 charisma to turn the other one into a 5. I passed the skill check. Wah, 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 wah. I have some more experience. I can observe. I cannot fight, but I can observe. All right. I read her well and spy her hideout. Following the troll as far as the top of the hill at the edge of the June grass farm, you watch as she hides herself in a shallow valley between 2 hills and guts the pigs one by one, discarding the entrails. It's a shocking sight, if only because she's able to accomplish the work with a few swipes of her fingernail. With the pigs cleaned and back in her sack, she makes her way quickly down the hills towards a thin plume of smoke rising from the shoreline. Find Discovery card 31. And more map area I can go to and put a experience on it. Ugh. I think I'm going to rest after this. I have so much experience, I might want to get rid of my fatigue. And I also have the keyword sneak. All right. I am resting right now because I want all my cards back. And I'm spending 2 experience to roll 2 dice. 11. Oh yes, no fatigue. Everything is there. I'm back. I'm feeling pretty strong. I drank the potion that they drank in the elevator as they went down to fight Big Trouble in Little China. One guy 777 says, pair character lifting some weight saying keep it up. Oh, it's a little sticker. I can't see it in this thing, but it tells me what it's doing. Thanks. All right. So where do you guys want me to go now? Follow the ogre to the cave? To the beach, to the chapel. Oh wait, no, before we do that, I'm going to dig at this farm. I'm going to dig at the farm. The only thing you can use the shovel for is cleaning out the pig pens. Is that how you want to spend your time? Nope. I'm going to use the shovel and the staff sling. As you try to throw the shovel with your staff sling, you manage to whack yourself in the head. Looks like you need more practice. Add 1 fatigue. Okay, man, well, that was dumb. You can't just try everything, but I thought I would try it. Okay, anyhow. So where do we go? We can go to the cave, to the beach, to the island, to the chapel, or to Jolev. Lots of choices. Cave, Jolev, chapel, beach, island. Don't even start with the dwarves digging a hole. Maybe there's gold in the pig pen. No, I don't think so. That's 1 vote for cave, 1 vote for island. Let's see here. 2 votes for the island. 3 votes for the island. All right. So now we have a second choice. Do I hit the random encounter, which could be good, I don't know. Or do I skip the random encounter? So random or non-random, because I can go all the way around this way and not do the random encounter, or I could hit the random encounter and hope it's something good. So random or non-random? Non-random. That's normal, I guess, is the thing there. So the troll went to the cave. I know that's where they are. Random for sure. That's one vote for random. Thanks, Nick. Well, maybe it will be good, though. I mean, maybe I could find a bag of gold. I don't know. 2 for random. Yeah. Oh. Okay, random encounter. Let's see what it is. It's number 4. Well, I guess that made sense. This is where I would have found the ogre, but I did not. Okay. As you turn the bend in the road, you're confronted by a gang of local halflings, armed with short swords and pitchforks. "You there!" they call. "What business have you here?" Their leader, a plump, gray-haired woman, tells you that a human stranger stole a pig from her farm, one that had a black spot in the shape of a swan. With giant trolls and pig thieves on the loose, we decided to patrol the countryside looking for anything unusual. And you look unusual indeed. These halflings are spoiling for a fight. Mob rule of this sort is strictly forbidden by law. I have 2 options here. I can tell them I'm a King's Guard here on an important mission. This uses Constitution and Charisma. Or I can draw my weapons and order them to disband, which will be a fight. So, talk them out of it or fight. Talk or fight. Tell me what to do. Talk or fight. Talk or fight. Yeah, so sometimes when you come to a random encounter, this one says, if you have the title Aid to Ogre, I wouldn't have run into the halflings. Instead, we would run into the ogre, but the ogre's dead because while he was beating me up, he got sliced in the neck, if you remember. So, he dead. But, so 1 for talk, 2 for talk. Everyone says talk. Thank you. All right. They don't seem to recognize your claim initially. King's Guard, here? We haven't seen a member of the King's anything in well of a year. They're not easy to convince. So I can add 1 free to any row, ignoring the usual limit. Well, I'll add 1 to Constitution, I suppose. I think I'll add 1 to Constitution. I need to make a speechcraft test. Yeah. All right, speechcraft, I need a purple, a green, and a purple. Well, 2 purples and a green. And then I'll draw 1 random from the bag. Come on, guys. We can make this test here. A speechcraft test. It's a blue. Who cares? All right, here we go. Let's tell these guys the what for. Alrighty. I got nothing of what I needed, but I have all my cards, and I feel like I can do something here. I can turn a purple in any color, which doesn't really matter. I can flip a 2 or a 6 to its other side. So the green could go to a 5. Not good. Red or white? No. No. The blue? No. No. I can re-roll the green, and I can flip a purple to its other side. Can I not re-roll purples? Did I fail this one out the gate? No, I can re-roll a purple. Well, whatever. I'm going to re-roll the purple. I'll re-roll this one. A 2. Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I've talked them a little bit out of it. Let's see what else I can do here. I need to get a purple to 6 and a green to 4. Well, I'll re-roll the green. 3. Ooh, can I flip a... Do I have a one where I can flip a green? I don't. This ain't gonna work out well for me. I can flip a 2 to a 6 or a 6. I mean, nope, nope. All right, 1 experience, and let's take a licking here, or whatever they're gonna do to me, because this ain't gonna end well. All right, let's see what they say. They taunt me until I leave. Oh, that's not so bad. The halfling farmers are not at all impressed with your speech. They heckle and taunt you until you finally give up and walk away. They shout and jeer at you as you go. Well, hey, you know what? They didn't fight me. So, to the island! Yeah, don't worry. The thing I'm best at, I just didn't do so hot at. But that's okay. To the island. What letter is the island? E. It's Longtooth Island. Okay. The halfling's boat is small but sturdy. You row your way out to a sandy island, topped with a bit of grass and a few palm trees. There's a strange stillness here. No gulls hover overhead. No crabs scuttle across the beach. Even the wind seems to still as you step onto the shore. At the island's center, a shiny ball of elvish silver floats in midair. I can grab the ball, rest, or go to another location. Well, I'll just grab it, I guess. Reaching for the floating ball of elvish silver, you find something thick surrounding it, thick enough to stop your hand before it reaches the prize. You try to push forward, but the strange substance surrounding the ball drips heavily from your arm, around your arm, and begins to squeeze, pulling you inward and sucking away your weapons. So I need to get rid of one weapon out of my hand. I think I only have one weapon, that short sword. I would have another short sword, folks, by the way, if you had stopped. I'm now fighting an ooze, which is definitely not... It's definitely not a gelatinous cube, I'm sure. Sounds like one. Nope, it's just an ooze. You can't even see it, so no copyright laws are being infringed. I need a purple, a black, a red, and a brown. Oh, man. All different colors. And I didn't rest again. What is wrong with me? Why would I have not rested? All right. Well, drawing 3 from the bag. Let's do it. 2 blues and a red. I don't even need blues. Why? All right. So a red 1, a blue 1, and a blue 4. I am about to get kicked so hard in the teeth. Are you kidding me? Like, none of that's helpful. Well, it's time to bring out the Fiend of Ineptitude! Give me 3 more dice! A purple, a white, and a green. Come on! Yes! What else can I do? All right, hang on. The Fiend of Ineptitude is a one-time use. It's gone. I can flip the green to its other side. Huzzah! That's 2! All right, all right. Now I need a red 4 and a black 3. I don't think... I think I'm just going to take it. Oh, it's 5. That's 5 hit points it hits me for. I'll take it. 5 hit points. And I lose an experience. All right. Well, whatever. All right, all right. So, not too shabby, not too shabby here. Purple, blue, and black. All right, all right. The black is a 5. I needed a 3. The purple, I can turn the purple in any color, but of course I didn't roll the color I needed. I can re-roll the black, so I will. I got a 5 again. Great. I can flip the purple to a 2. That doesn't do anything. I can re-roll the blue. Wow, I'll re-roll the blue with my runic crown. I rolled a 1. That's not a roll. I'm rolling it. That still didn't do anything. I will spend... Oh, I still don't have the charisma because I didn't rest again. All right, well, I take 7 more damage. So I'm dead again. All right. Well, hey, this is exciting. Let's see what happens when I fail. Alrighty. So I barely escaped with my life. You fight hard, but the ooze is powerful. Each time you cut into it, it grabs hold of something more, your weapon, your arm, your armor. After a long battle, it appears that the creature has made a trade with you. Leaving you with your life and the ball of elvish silver, it slurps its way into the sea, taking a piece of your equipment with it. So I lost that short sword forever. Also, we're dead. But I also have the word muck now. Don't know if I agree with one of those letters. All right. Reveal discovery card 85. A ball of elvish silver. I hope that was worth it. I hope that was worth it. All right. It's time to die again. Hang on. That lady's not going to be happy. Death 3. All right. A fog rises around you and fades again, leaving you in Kethra's dark stone hallway. She calls you from down the hall. She's like, hey, come this way and look through my gate. At the end of the hall, you stare through the space between cold iron bars into a vast emptiness beyond. A pale speck of light hovers alone deep in the void. The goddess pulls another marble from her bag and places it in your hand. Be careful with this one, she tells you. The creature inside does not struggle, but stares into your eyes and smiles. You thank the goddess as you fade from her presence. She nods and looks nervously through her gate. All right, I got another rare card. It's super exciting. The Fiend of Chaos. 3 black dice. Great. The Feat of Ineptitude was just that. Oh yeah, the ooze did give me a gold and an experience. Oh, big deal. But I have a gold now, after the other people stole all my gold. Oh, but I think I'm about to lose experience. Oh my. I'm down to 3 experience. And, no, that's not too bad. I'm down to 4 fatigue. Also, it says I get +2 health because I'm so bad at this. And that's changed there. I need you guys to remind me to rest. Because I'm really bad. I would have probably won that battle if I had rested beforehand. Fill my attribute rose up. Yeah, of course. Okay. I've done that. I've done that. Yep. All right. We're back. I'm going to dig on the beach. Because that's what shovels are for. No, not in the beach. I should have dug on the beach. No, I'm on the island. Yeah, I'm digging on the island. After digging for some time here and there in the sand, you've covered the island in holes. Just as you are about to give up, your shovel hits wood. Widening your hole, you uncover a chest and work to bring it out of the sand. When you finally have it open, you find it filled with fish heads. Among the heads, there is an empty flask, a book of bawdy poetry, 1 halfling-sized silk stocking, and some gold coins, all wet and smelling of fish rot. I got some coins, folks. 2 more coins. I'm up to 3 coins. All right. Where do I go now? I can go to the beach, the chapel, the farm, the cave, or Jolev. The beach, the chapel, the farm, the cave, or Jolev. There's some things to think of here. The chapel, I think with that silver ball now, I can open that door, whatever it is, or I can go try to fight the troll or whatever at the cave. As you can see, I'm an excellent fighter. Go back to the farm and feed those pigs. Go to the beach. I don't even know what's on the beach. So that's 1 vote for the chapel. I go back to Jolev, maybe in town. 1 vote for the cave, 1 vote for the chapel. 2 for the cave. 2 for the chapel. It's a tie. 3 for the cave. So to the cave we go. All right. Do I have that? Oh, I do have sneak. Good. Sneaking up to the cave and peeking in, you see a young halfling girl lying on the cave floor. She appears weak, suffering from some curse or illness. One troll sits near her while another giant troll woman spits pigs to roast on the fire. I can attempt to speak to the trolls using my strength and charisma, or I can draw my weapons and take some heads. So speak or fight. You all choose. Speak or fight. This would be pretty funny if I managed to get to all 10 deaths by level 2. I am rested. I'm ready to go. I have all my cards. I got everything in between hand. So, thank you for telling me to rest, though. Speak or fight. That's 1 for fight. Thanks, Daniel. Daniel, you remember I'm a bard, right? There's 1 for fight, 1 for speak, 2 for speak, 3 for speak. Thank you, Daniel, wicked person. All right, let's see. You present yourselves to the trolls, introducing yourselves as Kingsguard and offering to parley with them for their lives and the life of the halfling girl. The trolls have no idea what you're saying. So, persuasion 2. Oh, great. So this is a much harder one here. I need 2 purples. I mean a purple 3, 5, red 1, 5, and a white or a blue 1. All right. Well, I think we could do this. All right. So we're going to spend 1 purple, but not more than 1 because... and I'm just going to pull the rest from the bag because I'm going to get 5 dice from the bag. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 2 red dice. That's good. All right. Let's see if we can pull this off here. All right, a red 5. I got that. And that's it of everything. But we can turn one thing into one of these. We're going to make this happen. All right. All right. What do we got? We still got this fiend of confinement. I can add 3 red dice. That seems like an overkill. I can do that. I can turn. I can get a level 2 die or any die. I don't need green dice. I can turn a purple into anything, which would help. But purple I need for the 3 and the 5. I can flip a die to its other side. I will do that. Flippity flip flip. The purple is now a 3. That's the one I meant to use. Sorry, not that one. I can re-roll the black. I don't want to do that yet. I can re-roll the greens. I can draw 3 blacks. I can, oh my word. I need a blue or a white and another purple. Well, whatever. We're not fooling around anymore. We're releasing the fiend of confinement. Give me 3 reds! And they... Is there even 3 reds left? There's got to be. Where's the other red? Did a red not get back in the box? There should be 3 more reds. Oh, it's way over here. Oh, I didn't put those reds in. Well, that would have helped earlier. All right. 3 reds. I need just 1 1 here. All right. All right. They tie me to a spit. I'm seeing a whole lot of things I didn't see when I played with the kids. It seems the trolls would rather eat you for dinner than listen to any more of your speech. They quickly beat you down and tie you to a roasting spit. Before you can end your life over the fire, before they can end your life, they are stopped by a cry of the halfling girl, aroused from her slumber by the sound of battle. Good, she's going to rescue me. Somehow, Esther's attention unnerves the trolls. They release you and attempt to calm Esther, but she will not be satisfied until they agree to leave her with you. Giving you resentful looks, the trolls reluctantly leave the cave and run off. Somehow, this young halfling girl has saved your life. This feels like the worst ending you can get. Turning your attention to Esther, you find her very ill. She is burning with fever and draws shallow breaths, so you rush her back to town. On the way there, in her fevered state, Esther speaks to the trolls fondly. They are my friends, she says, my dearest friends. I will write the word Esther here. I go down one on the king's favor and one on Dragul favor. I move my party location to A and read A5. The good news is, like I said, I've never seen any of this. You find a town healer and leave Esther in their care. Grateful that you've returned the Dunegrass girl, the whole town turns out to celebrate. I'll accept this celebration on behalf of my whatever. I did grab the XP. There is wine and song, good cheer and ham. Many, many varieties of the finest ham you've ever had the pleasure to taste. I hope some of it's from a pig with a swan. The townsfolk celebrate you, and you are begged by all to tell the tale of your heroic victory over the troll that plagued their town. You give them a story their bards can sing for generations, full of daring deeds and more than one untruth. And then I hit the troll on the head, and then he fell down. He was dead. And that girl did nothing. She was sick and unconscious the whole time, and anything she'd tell you is a fever dream. Your celebration lasts late into the night. The next morning, you wake early and prepare to wrap up your adventure in Jolev. With the town's troll prom addressed and Esther's Dunegrass returned to her kin, your mission here is complete, leaving you free to explore the area at your leisure. I'm not dead, so there's that. I'm going to look around town. You stroll through to the town square. Town is much busier today. Everyone has come out of hiding and returns to their normal work. I will use an item. I'm going to dig in the middle of town. I don't care. You attempt to dig in the cobblestone streets of Jolev. Your work draws the attention of a local halfling man who comes out of his house to lecture you on the history of cobblestones in this region. Apparently, these stones come as ballast aboard trading ships from southern Europe, and each stone has its own story, which he promises to tell you in great detail. You thank him and quickly move along as fast as you can. All right. Let's use the ball. You show the ball of elvish silver to the blacksmith. Well made, in great material, she says. Too bad there's only this little ball of it. We return a stamina back. Yay! Alrighty. Do you want me to finish this scenario? Or I can go to the... So it's finish, chapel, farm, cave, beach, island. Lots of places to go to. I don't know if anything's left at any of these. So, chapel, farm, cave, beach, island, or finish. Oh, I still have this on here. Sorry. One vote for chapel. I'm thinking about how good I'm playing today. It's like I'm ruminating on it. One vote for finish, 2 for chapel, 2 for finish, 3 for finish. I'm not going to go to the chapel? All right, folks, that's what you said. You realize there was like a good item at that chapel I could have had, but all right. I know that one for sure. Fine. With your mission resolved, you make preparations for the journey home to Sebek, the capital of Nalos. After a breakfast of ham and eggs, you prepare to make your way south. So let's see what I got here. Friend of Gimlick's. Let's see. I got to read these here. Before leaving town, you drop it on the blacksmith shop, but Rose is gone. A new smith works to forge. Yes, she left last night, he tells you. Took only a small pack with her and headed south. Said she wasn't coming back. You reason out if Rose headed south, perhaps she has business in the capital. Perhaps your paths will cross again in Sebek. At the outskirts of town, you are passed by the jailer's wagon hauling local convicts to Coalback Prison. From within, you hear a familiar voice pleading his innocence and claiming noble blood. The gnome you met said you could introduce yourselves as his friend to any member of the Starlit Door. You take this as an invitation to join their order. Though you are not sure if it is one you can accept, can members of the King's Guard dabble in the ancient mysteries? You can't imagine that Commander Zalek would approve. Even so, you can't help but wonder what else you could learn from exploring ancient sites and uncovering their secrets. Just as you're drifting off to sleep in the quiet barracks, Commander Zalek storms back in and calls you to attention. Change of plans, he says grimly. There's been an outbreak of vampirism in Undercity. We need to stop the infection before it gets above ground. Vampirism outbreaks were an ugly sight in the battlefield, you remember. The King's Guard turned on one another and spread the infection while the Dragool cut their way through their ranks. You can only imagine what Undercity looks like tonight with its encampments of outcasts and thieves clawing at each other's necks. But your duty is clear. With no other soldiers present, you must take up your weapons again and follow Zalek to the gates of Undercity. And that's it. We can then advance our characters and go to the next adventure. I feel like I shall not go to the next adventure because I will just die there. But that gives you some idea, hopefully, of a little bit of how the game is played. A lot of idea. It definitely shows you how the game is played poorly. Now, once you go through the adventure 1, I think, you go through them in order, but there is a side adventure that you can go through, the side quest called Deathmatch at Coliseum of Ashes. So that's kind of interesting. We haven't done that yet in our game. We did the next 2. We're about to go into Adventure 5. And when we played, we made friends with the ogre, obviously. We also befriended the trolls. So we're friends with the trolls and the ogre. Yeah, like I said, I think we've only failed like 2 or 3 skill checks in all the scenarios we've done. I passed 2 today. Alrighty. Well, like I said, you're allowed to, when you play this, you can go around and do different things. You can go around and dig. You can use these combinations of items you find anywhere you want. It's nothing like Mage Knight, John is saying. He said, is this any good? Yes, I like it. Looks like Mage Knight. I wouldn't say this is like Mage Knight at all, actually. So, there you go. It's going to take me a while to clean this up. So here's what I'll do, folks. While I'm cleaning up, I'll answer some questions, Q&A style. So if you have any questions about whatever, go ahead and ask them, and I'll answer them while I'm cleaning this up, because I do need to put this back together, because I'm taking it home, where I will play with people who are much more competent than I. That goes back here. So does that go there. All right. I just need to make sure I put the stuff that goes with us together. I honestly cannot consider this bad play. Well, I mean, to some degree, you're probably right. Like, I'm not necessarily playing terribly. It's just going poorly. Bad rolling of dice, etc. I mean, there's that. Armor, rare, scroll, talk, scroll, armor. Weapon, armor, trait, skill. All right. You think Sleeping Gods or Role-Playing Adventures is more accessible as a story campaign game? This one's easier to play because it's very much you walk through and you do what it says. The dicing is the game part of it. But I also think I would have done some things differently than you all told me to do. Obviously, I would have always not. I would always choose not to fight with my character. If I had a character to fight, I would fight all the time. Does this play through alter your feelings rating of the game? No. I mean, to me, I don't know that my solo playthrough of any game would negatively affect it anyway, because the solo playthrough of a game is not really. I mean, if I like the solo play, it might, but if I don't, there's a lot of games I love, and I don't like the solo play through them. However, if there's what this playthrough did affect me was I will now always, if I play with one person, I'm just going to play with 2 characters. That would have solved the one problem I have with the game. Like, I can never manipulate this color. Now, in our party, actually, we have a 3-player party. We have that problem with purple. Like, we have a hard time manipulating purple, but it's one color. Here, I couldn't manipulate a lot of colors. But I would play through this with 2 players next time. Also, remember, I'm playing live, so I'm talking you all through this. With 2 players, I'd spread out a little bit more on the table and do various things. Have you tried creating a character through role player? No, and I don't think I would. And I'll tell you why, because maybe if I played role player when it was done, I would take that character, bring it in here, but I would have to make that decision then. If I make the decision now, then when I play role player, I would think about putting a cool character for this game together rather than trying to win role player, if that makes sense. That's kind of a weird thing. I'm caught up on the questions. It's pretty fast. Someone said chapel. Would you like to see lenticular cards for this as they did for roleplay? I don't know what lenticular means. I know I should know what lenticular means, but I'm not off the top of my head. Lenticular, you mean smaller cards? I don't know what, should I guess I should know what lenticular means. You know better than I. I died 3 times. That's very amusing. These types of story games are very hard for me to get to the table, so I appreciate the experience. Hey, my pleasure, Nick. How much eggnog have you had this season? I've had 0. I'm not really a big eggnog person. I'm not necessarily opposed to eggnog. I just don't care that much about it. I guess I should say maybe I'm opposed to it, because I would never choose it. Having the shape of a double convex lens. What cards in Role Player have this shape like that? I don't know what that means. When it shows 2 different things based on the angle. They didn't make... I guess I'm confused. The image change... Oh, you mean one of these? Oh, those cards. They made those for Role Player? They did? I must really be out of it. I don't remember that at all. For the monsters only. Man, I don't remember that. Maybe that was a Kickstarter upgrade that I don't have. I really don't remember that. No questions? You can ask about anything. It doesn't have to be about this game. Oh. Is that the way it goes? No, that's weird. Yeah, whatever. Any live stuff tomorrow? I have something planned for tomorrow, but it all depends on if we do live stuff for the Dice Tower. So... Promos. Oh, maybe for promos for the monsters. I see. Will you be seeing a movie this weekend? This weekend? Unlikely. I'm taking, well, I mean, maybe. I'm taking my wife out. It's my wife's birthday on Monday. And Monday's kind of busy with the Winter Spectacular. So I'm going to take my wife out. And we'll celebrate her birthday. Hope that, you know, I want to have a good weekend with her. So there's that. What are you most excited about in the Winter Spectacular? Just running it. The prep is much harder than running it. The guys are working really hard now to get the prep ready. But the the actual running it should be fun. Any Foursquare review this week? Not this week, but that's because we have 4 of them next week. So hopefully do that. Christmas shopping done? No. Do you ever buy games as gifts for others? Very, very rarely. I don't know. It just seems like that comes across as odd. To me, I don't know. Do you have any favorite dungeon crawl for solo play? For solo play, it might still be Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven is really good for solo play. I love roleplay, but I'm not sure about it. The narrative parts don't sound great. What do you think about the dice manipulation game in regards to the original? Oh, I like it. Again, I like this. Just because they have a game that doesn't go well, I mean, I still had a good time. I mean, I laugh at it, you know, like, oh, I can't believe this happened. But it's not really that big of a deal. There's like a secret envelope here. I still don't know what that's for. But I'm sure I'll find out at some point. Yeah, but I still like it. The narrative part I like a lot. I really like the story of this game. Very much. A lot of pieces in it, though. I like the slide paper into the board thing. Yeah, I really like that. Shortest dungeon crawling game? Dungeon. There's a game way back in the day just called Dungeon. It's just you run around in this dungeon. I mean, it's really, really light. I want to say it came out around the same time as like Dungeons and Dragons, so they were kind of riffing on that, but it is super, super light. So that's probably the shortest dungeon crawling game. Or the dungeon quest where you just die straight out the gate, so that would be the shortest. How does the story in this game compare to Near and Far? They're just really different. Like, I wouldn't even consider them a little bit the same. I'm putting our 2 familiar dice back in the bag. We have 2 of these that we have in our game. The also known as the game where the good players play. Have you ever thought about seriously designing your own game? Maybe. You could look me up on Board Game Geek, look up my designer credits. I've seriously designed 1 game. Whether it's a good game or not, you'll have to leave that up to other people. There's definitely varying opinions on whether it's good or not. Dracon is a pretty short dungeon crawl. I don't really consider Dracon a dungeon crawl at all. I don't really. It's okay. What's your favorite thing about Christmas, the Christmas season? Spending time with family, but you know, in this case, it's like now as I'm getting older, it's like seeing family. Seeing my kids come home from college. Well, I don't think Melody's going to be able to make it, but the other kids, Amy's going to be able to be home, so that's cool. Have you tried Assassin's Creed? I've not. I thought Dungeon was by TSR. Maybe it was. Oh, the Assassin's Creed board game. Yeah, I played that one. I liked it. I will say this, even though my character was terrible in this game, this Bard special ability is pretty awesome. Oh my word. Did I ever finish Legacy of Dragonholt? I did not finish it, but I did go through and read through the ending because I was very curious to see how it would go through. And I like the storyline, but I like this one better, much better. This one's a little more lighthearted. Dragonholt took itself very seriously, which is fine, but let's see what else we got here. No more questions. Oh, there's 150 people just watching me put a game away. Now that is a good time. I don't, by the way, I don't love this insert that much. It's getting a little more annoying because you have to put the cards in just right or they don't fit in properly. I don't know that I like that. I shouldn't have to be that concerned about that. Creepy. What's creepy? People watch me put a game away. We're very odd that way. Well, I appreciate it, and I hope you all tell your friends and come back next week for the spectacular, because it's going to be, wait for it, spectacular. We're supervising. Oh yeah, there's always one of those guys. One of my characters is psionic in mine. That special is amazing. Choose a color of die before you roll. After the roll, assign all those dice a specific number. Oh, that is cool. I like that a lot. Thank you for your reviews. It's very nice of you to say. Do you consider environmental concerns when reviewing a game? Not particularly. I don't know that has anything really to do with my review of the game. It might matter to some people, and I'm not trying to be callous, but it just, I don't, there's a lot of things I don't take a look at how the publisher acts in real life or the designer acts in real life, what their personal and political opinions are. I don't take a look at any of that really, so I don't. I don't also want to, frankly, I don't want to put the effort into figuring all that stuff out either. There's just so much. I hate to cut small squares of foam to put in my insert to prevent that issue. That might work. Insert is useful but cumbersome. It's an okay insert. It's not a great one. I've seen great inserts. This is not one. Most boring reboxings. Do you think they took a step backwards with the Marvel Unlimited app update? I have no idea what that means, so I have no thoughts on it. What classes do you enjoy playing the most? I like, you know, I always thought I would like a bard because I like the concept of a bard. But in practice, I found that bards aren't that fun because they don't fight that well. They help other people, and that's all well and good. And I mean, a backup character, a support character is nice, but it's not always fun to be the support character. I don't mind being I don't have to be the hero, but I also don't want to be the guy who basically just sings about the hero the whole time. What game were you most initially wrong about later but changed your mind? I don't know. I've changed my mind on games in the past, but I wouldn't know like which one the most of. I'm playing a robot in my current game. A construct Cylon with a strength 5, dexterity 2, constitution 5, intelligence 2, wisdom 1, charisma 2. You can see that we didn't use a pencil like we should have. Also, you have to spread the stuff out more. What do you think of the Marvel Zombies announcement? I'm kind of mixed about it. I mean, I love Marvel. Don't care as much about zombies, but who knows? This has nothing to do with role player other than dice manipulation. If you only had to pick one, Lost Ruins, Varnak, or Dune, no, I'm not answering that question. Stop comparing the two of them. They're nothing alike, other than they have some of the same mechanisms, but they don't even feel a little bit similar. Player is dad. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I'm playing with my kids, so when it says name, like on the score sheet, I write dad. It seems like that would make the sense there. All right. Well, it looks like I'm wrapping things up here, folks. So we're going to end it here. Whoops. I'm on the green screen still. Well, I can just take that off. Oh, now you see the cup. That's weird. All right. Anyhow, I don't know why I keep waiting in front of the green screen. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you had a good time. Shows you a little bit of Role Player Adventures. I have some weird idea for tomorrow. I don't know if it will work. We'll find out then. But anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching the Dice Tower Live. See y'all. Thank you, everybody, for giving me bad choices and killing me. But, you know, what do you do? That's how it works. I can't believe I died.